or what's the expectation, I should say. We'll start there. What's the expectation of this offense under Russell Wilson? Does it get better? Does it get worse? Is it the same? What is the expectation of Russell Wilson and a new quarterback for the Steelers?
As far as my expectations go, I don't think it takes too much of a step back, but I will say I'm expecting a slow start. I mean, is anybody expecting otherwise? This is Russell Wilson's first in-game snaps at full speed against number ones on the other side of things since last year. He's been on the shelf for the last 2 months, and you can say, and Russ can say and has said on multiple occasions that, hey, listen, it's not like I haven't been doing anything. I've been putting in the mental reps. I've been doing reps, day in and day out. It's not like I haven't been here. And he's correct. So I don't think that there's an issue about him grasping the offense. But I do think that you can expect, or at the very least, it's not crazy to assume that he's going to get off to a slow start. So I think in the first quarter, you're going to see a little bit of discombobulation. Maybe not on Russ with the play calls, but maybe just simply with the offense in general, and maybe the flow of Arthur Smith calling plays for a quarterback that he's quite frankly never called plays for. So I can expect a slow start, but outside of that, I don't think very much changes for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they're still going to be more run-centric simply because that's what they've tried to do all season long, and why go away from that when you're 4-2? But I think the biggest thing I'm expecting is a slow start in the first quarter.
Basketball season is right around the corner, and there are few live events that make you feel as in the moment, and I get it, football season is probably one of them, where you feel like you're there, you're part of the action. Well, let me tell you about Game Time and how Game Time has this new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filter out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I decided to jump on and see what Pittsburgh Steelers versus New York Jets tickets look like in primetime, and it took me 3 seats before they hit me with a great deal, telling me that not only are these probably the cheapest, but for the view, they may be the best deal that anybody can offer. Let me walk you through a couple of really nice things about Game Time. First, priority. Game Time Picks curates to make it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. They give you all-in pricing, which means that this feature shows you the total upfront cost with no surprise fees at checkout, because that is the absolute worst thing about buying tickets. They give you seat views because nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to show up not knowing what their view of the stadium is going to look like. The lowest price guaranteed, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. And Game Time ticket coverage, which means that your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use our code ALLSTEELERS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code ALLSTEELERS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. So I hope everybody watches this podcast on YouTube, and we all collectively get to experience. You just give a phenomenal layout there. That was absolutely perfect. There was great work there, Nick. Behind the frozen face that you are currently stuck on, because it's great. It's as good as it gets. It's as good as it gets. And I hope we all get to back it up. I hope everybody gets to experience. It's still there. And I hope it stays there the whole show. If we're going to be honest, I kind of hope it stays there.
I think that might be what Mike Tomlin's face was whenever he saw what George Pickens said in his media scrum.
It could be. It could be. That might have been George Pickens' face when Mike Tomlin looked up and said, "George, what the hell was that, man?" And he tried as hard as possible. I 100% agree with you. I don't know. Nobody knows. Russell Wilson could come out here and have the game of his life, and the Pittsburgh Steelers offense could be 100 times better instantly, and boom, everything changes. Here it is, Super Bowl winning quarterback, future Hall of Famer. Pittsburgh Steelers got their guy. But if we're going to be realistic, just like you said, the expectation is that Russell Wilson has barely practiced with these guys. He has never played with them. His 6 snaps that he took in the preseason is not going to be enough to build any form of camaraderie about this new layout that he is walking into. This is a brand new situation, and it is essentially a brand new situation with no practice, no preparation, because you got this week, yes, and you got the week and a half, 2 weeks maybe, of the end of training camp preseason that you were preparing as the starter. But that was it. There's no training camp. There's no 6 weeks into the season. This is a brand new team with a brand new quarterback and a brand new system, and you have to expect some hiccups. I think the Steelers are expecting hiccups. I believe Russell Wilson is expecting hiccups, and everybody else should be expecting hiccups. Now, they should not be expecting a loss. They should not be comfortable with the loss, but they should not expect this to go swimmingly right out of the bat, especially with an offense that has not been swimming out of the bat in, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years, something like that. It's been a long time. I don't think Russell Wilson changes that. I agree with you. I expect a somewhat slow start, but I do expect things to get better, especially in the receiving game.